Hey YouTube, happy Sunday. This is Lauren Howman, and today I wanted to talk about snake juice, what it does, and why I'm drinking it. So real quick, let's get the disclaimer out of the way. I am fasting, and thank you for following my fasting journey. I've been doing this since January. I am a nurse practitioner, but I am not operating in a medical capacity here, so I'm not offering any advice or telling you what to do. Please consult with your own medical professional or nurse practitioner or whoever before starting a fasting or a new diet or exercise routine. All right, so snake juice, what is it? Let me tell you a little backstory. When I first started fasting, I was fasting in January for 4.5 days is how far I made it that first fast. And I want to tell you how miserable I was. By night 2, I was having leg cramps that were making it hard for me to lay down and get still. Like, it didn't bother me any other time except for when I laid down to go to sleep, which is the worst time to start having a pain. But both of my legs were cramping. By day 3, it was my butt, my thighs, my calves, and my feet were cramping, and pretty uncomfortable and not fun, and definitely a horrible side effect of fasting. So after that first fast ended at 4.5 days, it took a couple days and all those cramps went away. And I started researching more about how I wanted to do this for the next fast that I was going to do in January. And I found that I needed to supplement with salt. So the reason is, if you're just drinking straight water, pure water, spring water, or whatever it is, tap water, you're going to start peeing out all of your electrolytes. So you're going to deplete yourself of salt and you're going to feel like crap because of it. Sorry, it's super sunny out here. So what you want to do is replace your salts. So at first I started just putting salt on my hand, pink salt, licking it off, and then moving on about my day and drinking fresh water all day. And that worked really well. What I found was later on I joined a group called Snake Diet, and that is a specific fasting lifestyle. You can check it out on YouTube, Snake Diet, or you can join the Snake Diet Motivation group, and you'll learn a lot from the people in there that are fasting. It's a super radical way to fast, but I do follow a lot of it, so because I find that the information makes sense. And the dude who runs all of it is very vulgar and has a lot of cuss words, but his information is really good. Like, his information is gold, so I do follow it. You just don't have to cuss like him and things will be fine, you know what I mean? So snake juice, when I initially tried the snake juice, his formulation that I found on YouTube was really harsh. Like, it was very salty, and I don't like salt really. Like, I'm not a person who adds salt to food to taste or anything like that. I just eat it the way it comes. And if there's an option to add salt, I just don't do it. So I was licking salt off my hand, and that actually wasn't bad. I found that when I was fasting, like, I wanted it and it tasted good, which means I had a need for it. So his first formulation was like drinking like ocean water. It was very, very bad. And so I didn't do it, but I just found the newer recipe, which was like from 2018. And it is much more easy to get down and actually tastes good. I actually like it. And when I wake up in the morning, I kind of want to chug it, and it's really good. And it also prevents all of the cramps and all of the, side effects of losing all those electrolytes because you're replacing them. And you can kind of think of snake juice as like a Gatorade without the color and all the chemicals. It has potassium, magnesium, salt, and baking soda. And the baking soda really cuts the taste, which is what I think made it better for me to be able to tolerate it. But I really do like it, and so I kind of advocate for it now, the newer recipe, not the old one. I mean, if you want to go old and do that one, that's great. It makes you kind of a badass because it's really gross, and if you like that, then you're like really doing some things with yourself, I think. But this formulation is a 2-liter mixture, but I broke it down to 1 liter because that's easier for me to mix at a time. And so it's half a teaspoon of baking soda. It's a 1/4 teaspoon of Epsom salts, which is your magnesium. And that sounds super weird, but it is something that you can drink. On the label, it actually says saline laxative. So it is something that can be consumed. Just don't buy the crap with the lavender in it or something like that. That's obviously not good for you. But the food grade, or the one that says the saline laxative on the front of it, on the bag, you can use that. So a 1/4 teaspoon of that, half a teaspoon of baking soda, a 1/4 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt, and a half teaspoon of no salt or salt-free, which is a salt alternative, and that's basically your potassium supplementation. I cannot tolerate the full half teaspoon of the potassium, the no salt, so I do a quarter, and I'm going to try to bump it up. But for me, that formulation works really well, and it prevents all of the weird side effects. So basically, you don't have to do this, but if you do, you find that you can fast for much longer, much more comfortably, without all the negative side effects that come from depleting yourself of all of your salt stores. So that's what I'm doing with that. I really like it. In the description below, I'll put the standard formulation for you, and then I'll also just notate where I dumped off a quarter of a teaspoon of that no salt, because I do like a quarter instead of a half. So that's it for today. Hope everybody's having a good day. I'd show it to you, but it's inside the Jungle Junction where we're at here in Bellevue, Ohio, with our 2 boys and 3 family friend kids who are all in there having a blast. So I told Kyle, let me come outside and do my video for the day so I don't have to do it later, because tonight is Game of Thrones and I can't be bothering with messages and phones and videos and all that stuff while I'm trying to get the kids to bed and Game of Thrones on TV. Very important, very important. So that's all I've got for you today. I hope everybody's having a lovely day. I hope everybody has better weather than we do here in Ohio. This is ridiculous. It's almost May and it's like 45 degrees outside. So if you ever see me bundled up, that's why, because I'm not living where you are and I don't have sunshine. Well, I have sunshine today. I just don't have warm weather yet. So I'm in full sleeves, and I have a coat in the car too for, you know, walking outside and whatnot. But so that's Ohio for you. Hopefully we'll get some summer weather soon. Hope everybody has a great day. Bye.